In recent years, a silent but constant threat has emerged over the United States. It doesn't arrive in the form of armies crossing our borders, but through calculated strategies in economics, technology, and politics. Coming from a nation that has made it clear, without saying it outright, that its goal is to replace America as the world's leading power. Today, we're going to talk about China, how its actions put our national security at risk, and why it's time for Americans to wake up and defend our sovereignty with strength. Since the end of the Cold War, the United States has stood as the undisputed global leader. But while we trusted globalization and open trade, China moved forward with a very different agenda. Year after year, it has used America's openness to gain access to our markets, our technology, and even our universities. What seemed like a partnership built on trade has slowly turned into a strategic dependence, with China holding the leverage. This didn't happen overnight, and it was the result of decades of underestimating a competitor that plays the long game. One of the most powerful weapons China uses is not military, it's economic. By flooding our markets with cheap products, often subsidized by their government, China weakens American industries and steals jobs from American workers. Entire towns in the US have been hollowed out because factories closed and production was moved overseas. Meanwhile, China has taken advantage of intellectual property theft, forcing US companies to share their secrets if they want access to Chinese markets. Every year, billions of dollars worth of American innovation are lost this way. This is not fair trade, it's economic warfare. Beyond economics, China has invested heavily in technology, not just for progress, but for control. From 5G networks to artificial intelligence, their strategy is clear: dominate critical industries of the future. At the same time, there are constant reports of cyber attacks targeting American companies, infrastructure, and even government agencies. The theft of personal data, corporate secrets, and military research has become routine. Think about it. Every American's privacy, every company's innovation, and every military project could be a target. This is not just competition, it's infiltration. China's ambitions are also visible in the military sphere. They've built artificial islands in the South China Sea, installed military bases on them, and expanded their navy faster than any other country in the world. Their goal is clear: to push the United States out of Asia and challenge our allies like Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea. If they succeed, American influence in the Pacific, one of the most important regions for global trade and security, would be seriously undermined. That's not just a regional issue, it's a global threat. Another front in this battle is political influence. Through investments, partnerships, and cultural programs, China works tirelessly to spread its narrative and weaken America's image abroad. Inside the US, there are concerns about Chinese funding in universities, think tanks, and even political lobbying. The aim is subtle but effective: shape how Americans think about China and silence criticism. And platforms like TikTok raise serious national security questions, as they collect data on millions of Americans and could be used as tools of manipulation. So, what does this mean for us, the American people? It means that our country can no longer afford to be naive. We cannot continue outsourcing critical industries, selling out our innovations, or depending on China for essential materials like pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, and rare earth minerals. National security isn't just about the military, it's about protecting our economy, our technology, and our culture. To do that, we need to bring jobs back to America, invest in our workers, strengthen our military alliances, and secure our borders, physical and digital alike. America First must be more than a slogan. It must be a strategy. The challenge from China is real and it's growing every day. But America has faced challenges before, and we have always prevailed when united. We have the resources, the talent, and the spirit to remain the leader of the free world. What we need now is courage. The courage to stand up to unfair trade, to fight back against cyber threats, to rebuild our industries, and to put the American worker and the American family at the center of our policies. China may believe it can surpass us, but if we stay true to our values, protect our sovereignty, and put America first, no power on earth can replace the United States of America.